Hey guys, it's Ken. How you doing? Happy Friday. It's not quite fall yet here in Florida, and it's still quite warm, but even a warm day is a great day for chili. Because I've been trying to stick with the theme of Halloween and fall for the month of October, I thought tonight I'd make some very spooky, terrifying ghost pepper chili. And because it is kind of a nice night tonight, a little bit of a breeze, I thought let's do some cooking outside while admiring my trash and recycle bins that must come up, as well as our yard debris from Irma. Anyway, we're outside cooking this chili. I have a pot here on my little propane stove. I'm gonna add 2 cans of diced tomatoes, 1 can of black beans, 1 can of red beans into my pot right here. Then introduce you guys to the star attraction coming up right now. Alright, as you can see, everything is cooking down nicely right in here. I did realize that after I opened that the cans of tomatoes, they were tomatoes and roasted garlic, which is okay. I kind of wanted it to be just tomatoes and beans because they're very bland. Tomatoes are bland, the beans are very bland, and you don't want a bland chili, but that's when we introduce you to the secret ingredient. And that ingredient are these Paqui brand haunted ghost pepper freaking hot corn chips. I've already had a few and they are quite spicy. If you know anything about the ghost pepper, it's one of the hottest peppers on earth, and these are some of the hottest chips I've ever eaten. So let's get in there. I'm gonna crush those up, about, I don't know, 2 handfuls. Put them in right there. Let's go with about this much. Here we go. I mean, look at all that spice on that chip. Some really spicy chips. What it's doing to the chili, it's 2 really important things. Number 1, it's adding the spice into there. Also, because it's a corn chip, as it starts to dissolve and break down in the chili, it thickens it. And the corn has a little sweetness to it. Hang on, I need a drink. And speaking of drink, 1 bottle of Kentucky Pumpkin Barrel Ale. Little foggy. And the reason why I wanted, in the beginning, my beans and my tomatoes to be kind of mild and bland, because I wanted all the flavor to come from those 2 special ingredients. That wonderful handful or 2 of those chips. I mentioned earlier that the corn adds a sweetness to it. It also thickens up the chili and all those great spices. I wanted to see what it would be if we just added the spices from those chips. And there's a lot on there. My lips and tongue from that 1 chip are still burning. And of course the pumpkin ale, you can add any kind of ale you want, any kind of liquid you want. I thought it'd be fun to add that pumpkin flavor, and that Kentucky bourbon ale is awesome. It's a beer that's aged in old Kentucky bourbon barrels, so you've got the flavor of the beer, then you've got the flavor of the bourbon. A nice combination. That would be very fitting for a good hearty spicy chili. We'll find out. Only one way to know, isn't there? And that's to taste it. And we have a very rich and hearty chili. It looks good, it looks pretty, but the big question is, of course, you know what I'm going to ask. How does it taste? Alright guys, here it is. I promise you, I have not sampled this yet. I have not tasted it, see if it needs something. So we're going to sample this for the first time. Well, I'm going to sample it for the first time in front of you. Here we go. Got a big bite. Needs more heat and some salt. Other than that, pretty darn good chili. Speaking of heat, you can always take your chip right here, dip it in for an extra special bite. Oh yeah, that's better. I didn't really want to do a video of me eating, but I did want to show you guys that I do take bites of my own food, and I love it. That recipe that I showed you just now is my second time doing that. I did it last year for the same 31 Days of Halloween, an entire month of Halloween and fall themed videos. And I did the same procedure. Heated up the beans, tomatoes, dumped in handfuls of those Pocky brand ghost pepper, chili, chips. It's a lot to say in one mouthful. And if you want to try this video, do it. I'd love to hear what your results are if you try this. The chips are hard to find. I only found them, pardon me, I've got little remnants of chip spiciness in my throat. But if you want to try this, I've only found those chips at one location, and that's at a Fresh Market. We have one here in Oviedo, and they're only available, as far as I know, one time a year, and that's this time of year. So when they come available, I always snag a bunch of bags for this project and others, and then hoard a bunch for later on. I could imagine that being ground up in a food processor and used as a breading for something. That would be pretty cool. You know, so all kinds of fun things you can do with the chips. So if you try the video, if you try the recipe, let me know. Okay, leave a comment, give me a thumbs up, share if you care, subscribe because it's free. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another Halloween video. Thanks for watching. Bye.